So it's almost 11 and you can see how thick the fog is still. You can barely see the tallest apartment building. Yeah, it's quite fascinating. And then in the afternoon we will have around 20. It's not even overcast, it's just so foggy. And you have to take into consideration that we didn't start even, the heating season for, well, I assume that someone has already, most likely some public institutions are already heating the buildings, but majority of population still do not. For example, I still have window opened. Okay, Lisa wants to go to the left. Still window opened all the time. During the day, in the night, non-stop. Oh, yeah. In the morning we met Tango here, and then we go a little bit further. We met Thor, yeah, and we met once again Tango. He also made a circle, and then we came back. I already, I was going upstairs. I was calling Lisa. Yeah, and then Nar came to visit us, and then Lisa had her second breakfast. Yeah. So yeah, oh, and there is a dog. Arriva Tuki? No, please. Oh, Lisa went. Usually she goes. No, please. Pridna. Pridna je Lizika. No reaction. Yeah, yesterday when we were at the fountain, and this was the first time that she didn't jump in, I was then thinking what was the cause of this anomaly, and then I realized that after I stopped filming, she spotted a dog that was lying on the grass, basically looking at her. So most likely she was, sniffing the dog. And then she was very, very interested in going to meet the dog, but because the dog was by itself, I don't know if it was he or a she, we didn't go closer. Yeah, so basically whenever we meet a dog that is by himself, herself, itself, like we just witnessed before in front of the shop, even if the dogs are let's say normal, friendly, we never go near, because I never know how the dog by himself, herself, itself will react, especially because he's let's say secured to the fence, wall, I don't know what. Oh yeah, he would, he's feeling most likely trapped, anxiety and so forth. Fuck. Yeah, when we were starting with Lisa, going for daily walks, we usually came here, and at that time there were, like 10 Westies running around here. So there was one lady that had basically mother and several of her children. I think they were all females. She was living in, I think, in this apartment building. But we haven't seen them in several years now. I believe that in the meantime she retired and they moved to their, country house. Moved away. There is a dog. And Lisa wants to stay here. And there is another dog there. No, pridi Lizi, greva. Pejte, greva hodati. Tako, ja, pridna. And yeah, those Westies was, all were well behaved. And there was, she had like, that one lady, she had like 5-6 Westies. And there were 3 more owners. Ce ta tu tečka reče? Zaljubljena tečka. No daj, Liza, ne moreš. Glej, prav da ne. Lizi, ne moreš, ja videti, zaljubljena, ja vem, ja. Tebi je pa toliko všeč. And yeah, all, the Westies were well behaved, well, even more, no one was running around, just, being very quiet, going for a walk. Fresh female. Oh yeah, I assume that this why Lisa is, okay with the smaller dogs, because she was, yeah, there were just every dog that was, let's say, for first year that we would go here on this field, green spot, all were, smaller than her. Only later, when we started, spread around our territory, when she was, able and of course willing to walk further, we would meet other breeds. And doggo goes to the right and we will go to the left, hopefully, or cross the street and a little bit further. Yeah, she's always fascinated with this section. I don't know what's behind the reasoning, because I have never seen any dog living here. But most likely because it's, the outer unit, all the dogs stop here. and Lisa wants to go to the left. Okay, let's stop on this point. My fingers are literally cold. Come, Lizzie, ne greva tutti. So, some signs of life at the food market. No, pridi. Milk o mate. Yeah, you know, sometimes YouTube recommends videos to me from foreigners, tourists visiting Slovenia, and if they encounter, you know, milk dispensing machine, they are so in awe. Lisa, Leo, Packa. Yeah. So when this was, you know, a real market full of life, so well, my great grandmother would come here. But yeah, even then, let's say in my grandmother's time, it started to decline, you know. So this switch to going to the city center, to the main food market. But now they are trying to revive it. But you know, people don't want to come to the places of business that they cannot conveniently park or access. And now, of course, you know, people want to go to one place that has multiple shops, restaurants, and preferably even, you know, children playground or children, let's say, daycare facility, so that can they, you know, just drop the kid off and then go shopping in peace. But yeah, and this then results, of course, in the destruction of local businesses, especially smaller ones. And of course, I believe I have never bought anything. I don't recall that I would buy anything at our local market here. So yeah, a little self-reflection also. Gremo tukaj desno, gremo tukaj greva, pridi, eko, pridna. Leaves on the ground, the perfect recipe for possibly, oh, someone hit the barrier. Nice. Nope. Leaves on the ground with the resulting mulch, and basically, yeah, perfect ground to create, you know, slippery surface. Yeah, this is how I broke my arm when I was in elementary school. There were leaves, you know, on the ground in the fall, on the school ground. I was running, slipped, and broken my arm. You know, like this. Nice slippery surface. If you're running, of course. Okay, let's end on this point.